Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today we're actually going to be looking at the Shadoll Showdown structure deck. I know I'm a bit late to the party, but I do actually have a deck almost built in this deck box here, which I will be uploading a deck list video. Once the deck is done, it's not traditional Shadolls like Damage Juggler and shit like that. We're doing it like a fun, spamming sort of version of the deck, where I'm just going to go into all like my big monsters like Construct, Borlow Dragon, Draco Master of the Tengi for some reason. I just chucked it in there because it's a really good Link 3 with easy summoning requirements. And it also gets Monster Melgrave for Pot of Avarice, so that's your card, alright. So yeah, let's jump into the structure deck. So I've opened it already, just so it's just easier to open for the video, even though I can't really use it. So we have the mat here, which we're not going to open because I've got confined space because of how I have to actually use my setup. And then we have the deck. So this is, I believe, 41 card main deck and a 8 card extra deck, I believe. Just looking at the box quickly. Yes, I think it's 8 cards. So yeah, let's crack this open. So first off, we have. So this is like the extra stuff. We're actually going to grab the extra stuff from the bottom as well, just so we can show it off all at once. So let's just grab all of the extra stuff and have it all as one, so we have a nice little extra showcase before anything else. So for the extra deck of the one copy of the structure deck, we have one Shadoll Grista. It's over here. One of the new monsters, I believe, is Shadoll Apcolone or Apcolon or Apcolone or Apcolon 1. I have no idea how to pronounce this. So just check this over here. We have a alternate art of Shadoll Construct, which I actually like the original art better, but that's just in my opinion. I just don't like this side view that much. We have a super of Shadoll Winder. Winder it's alright. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a brilliant card. Especially if you can just Shadoll Fusion or Shadoll Fusion on your opponent's turn. So it's quite a good card. We have an Shadoll Shakanaga, which I actually like this more than Grista, because this is a negate, but this negates monster effects. The Grista only negates summons. Wendigo, it's shit. Analytilis, I am thinking of actually running this at 1 in the deck that I'm actually building up, but it's not great as far as I know. Oh, Shadoll Construct, everyone's saying this is terrible. I know how to work around it. It just takes a little bit of setup, so I'll show you how to use it when we do the actual structure deck video. The actual deck video, if you do not know how to use this in the way that I'm thinking of doing it. So next we're on to the main deck. So first off, I'm going to start with a couple new cards. We have Quad Shadoll Chaos, Shadoll Wendy, and Shadoll Ariel. So if you don't know what they do, Chaos, when flip face up, you can special summon a Shadoll monster from your hand in face up or face down defense position. If this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can send one Shadoll monster from your hand to the graveyard, and if you do, for the rest of the turn, all monsters your opponent controls gain... All monsters you control, I'm so sorry. All monsters you control gain attack and defense equal to the original level of that monster sent to the graveyard, times 100. You can only use this effect of Quad Shadoll Chaos once per turn, and only once that turn. Don't know why they like to word it like that. It's a bit weird. Next one is Wendy, which is probably the best one in my opinion. Which special summon Shadoll from the deck in face up or face down if it's flip face up. And if it's sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you just get to set one face down from deck. And Ariel is basically DD Crow 3 times, especially if you combo it with Sinister. What's it called? I think it's called Sinister Shadow Sinister Shadow games, where it's like just literally target Shadoll, send a Shadoll from deck to grave, and that is via card effect. So Aerial will actually be very good for that, because that can just banish 3 your monsters, or 3 your opponent's monsters, sorry. A couple of those supers. So we have Rest Shadoll Incarnation, which is target Shadoll monster in your graveyard, special summon it face up or face down defense position. You can banish this card and one Shadoll monster from your graveyard. Then you can activate one of these effects. Change one face down monster you control to face up defense position, or change one face up monster you control to face down defense position. Only one of these effects can be activated per turn though. Next, one of the best cards in the deck, Shadoll Fusion. Everyone knows what this does, hopefully. If you don't, it's basically normal poly, but if your opponent controls a monster to summon from the extra deck, you get to use monsters from your deck as well. So this can actually be going second deck, especially with my version, where it's literally just spam loads of really powerful monsters onto the field and then just go ham and cheese. So if we're going to pick all of these, I'm going to put these up here. So next we have some of the main deck monsters. We have Shadoll Falco. When it's flipped face up, you can target one Shadoll monster in your grave except Shadoll Falco, so I should summon it face down in face down position. So I'm thinking all out attacks might actually work with this, because they'll just flip it face up again. When it's sent to grave, via card effect, just set it again. Hedgehog. Flip effect is such a Shadoll spell trap from deck to your hand, and if it's sent to graveyard by a card effect, you get to add a Shadoll monster from deck to hand. So it's basically just your average searcher. Squamata, if it's flip face up, you can target one monster on the field and destroy it. And if it's sent to grave via card effect, you can send a Shadoll monster from your deck to your grave. Which is really good for if you summon out Mathematician. You'll have to send Squamata if you want to send the Beast for extra draw power. Which is actually quite nice. You have Shadoll Dragon. If it sets this up, you can target one card your opponent controls and return it to the hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard via card effect, you can target one spell trap on the field and destroy it. These are all hard ones for turns, by the way. Shadoll Beast is flip effect, you can draw 2 cards and then discard 1 card, so it's actually great with Shadolls, because it's going to discard your Shadoll and it's going to get their effect anyway, so you can just discard Falco, summon Falco out. If this card is sent to the graveyard via card effect, you can draw 1 card. Hound. You can target one Shadoll monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand, that's your flip effect, and it's sent to graveyard via card effect. Effect is you can target one monster on the field, change its battle position. Flip monsters' effects are not activated at this time except Shadoll monsters. So literally, if you have a face down monster and it's a Shadoll, send Hound, it's going to have to just flip its face up. Next we have 2 monsters I never knew existed. Shadoll Zephranaga and Shadoll Sephrikol. If you can't see that, I'll just move them over here. Never even knew they existed until today, really. Or until I actually opened my first copy of the structure deck. Don't know why they exist. This deck shouldn't have pendulums, especially because you can't pendulums on face down. So, if anyone has an explanation, please give it to me. Next are just some of the other monsters that you're going to combo with Shadoll Fusion. You have BLS, Ember of the Beginning, which I love. Never summoned it though. Lava Golem, brilliant side deck option. Dark Arm Dragon, it's alright. Sleeper, I have actually finally gotten rid of this out of the deck. Trick Clown, like the same run it with Performance Damage Juggler. No, I don't see the point in mine, because mine's more about just summoning loads and loads of shit. Armageddon Knight, for your sending your Shadolls. This for some reason. Electromagnetic Turtle. So if you want to run this in Shadolls, you can. As a side deck option, for like if your opponent's very battle heavy, it's literally just use Shadoll Fusion, send Electromagnetic Turtle, banish it in the battle phase. Mathematician, to send your Squamata to send Beast or whatever you want to send. Kari Bandit, and Cerberus, or Cerberus, sorry. I don't particularly like the card, but first I've never actually sat down and tried to use it, so I just read it once and I was like, ugh, this card's weird. Onto the spells. we have Curse of the Shadow Prison. If you don't know what it does, each time a Shadoll monster is sent to the graveyard via card effect, place one spellstone counter on this card for each sent monster. All monsters your opponent controls lose 100 attack for each spellstone counter on this card during your opponent's turn only. Each time you fusion summon a Shadoll fusion monster, you can remove 3 spellstone counters from this card and use one appropriate face-up monster your opponent controls as one of the fusion materials. Basically, if you keep sending to summon up more Shadoll monsters with like El Shadoll, Nef Shadoll fusion, I think, Shadoll fusion and stuff like that, you're going to get its effects to actually super poly, which is quite alright. Next we have El Shadoll fusion, probably one of the best in the deck, because this is literally it's only really good because it's a quick play. Which got it, I think it got limited a while ago. Well, not a while ago, but back when Shadolls were really good, because literally this was only banned because this was limited, sorry, because it was a quick play, and because it was a quick play, it's just fucking horrible to go against, especially with shit like Shekanaga and Winder rolling around, because like you can just set El Shadoll fusion because you've got it back with construct, activate it during your opponent's turn, and you just got a Winder which you won't restrict by. Next is Nef Shadoll fusion. I don't like the cards that much, but it is playable, so I'm not gonna say anything. And I actually just realised it's cliff-outs and shit. Anyway, next we have one of the best cards, Super Polymerization. Obviously, this is going to get reprinted a lot, because it's been reprinted, what, about 4 times in the past year? Well, and when I say in the past year, I mean, like, in the past few sets. So it's like in this, so it's been printed in the Shadoll Showdown, Dual Devastator, and a couple other things I can't remember. You have Instant Fusion. Great for just summing out any random shit that you need. So I do actually now have a playset of it, which is actually quite nice, and I might actually try and get a 1000 Eyes Restrict for the deck as well. One Allure of Darkness. Just trust me, guys, with the rare one in the deck, I do not need Allure of Darkness. I just probably gonna save it for another deck. We have a Foolish Burial, Living Fossil, Pot of Avarice, and Twin Twisters. Twin Twisters are brilliant for reprint. Pot of Avarice, I'm pretty sure Konami were like, we're putting this to 1. Let's just bring it back. Or just put it in the stretch deck, sorry. So those were the spells. Next to the traps, we have a Shadoll Core, a Sinister Shadow Games, a Perushadoll Aeon. I struggle to pronounce that every single time I read that. You just target a Shadoll monster you control and one Shadoll card from your... Send one Shadoll card from your hand to the graveyard, and if you do, that target monster gains 1000 attack, and blah blah blah. So yeah. It's alright. But you kind of want to use Sinister Shadow Games if you're really going to try and do shit during your opponent's turn. Lost Wind, for maybe like a side deck option if you're going to be forced to go first, because your opponent's playing an OTK deck, so they're going to want to go second, like Heroes. So, Lost Wind's actually going to be a good side deck option. Unending Nightmare. Well, against Altergeist maybe, but it's annoying. Necrofusion, good side deck option as well. And one Subterra Succession. I don't know about Subterra Succession. Like, I was thinking of using it, but I haven't really found A, space, or B, the point. So that is the Shadoll Showdown structure deck. And I'll be posting a video on what my deck currently looks like after I've obviously chucked in some of the cards from here as well. And I will then see what I can make with the final version of the deck, and we'll go through like a little combo video as well if I actually feel like it, because the combos aren't really that good. It's just more of a either OTK or go first and set up some shit. Where it's just... Yeah, my deck's not... Like, the deck is nowhere near finished. Like, I was thinking of doing Invoked Shadolls, Thunder Shadolls for some reason. Like, my friend's actually going to do that. Which I'm actually going to be helping him on. So I'm actually very excited to see how that works. Especially seeing as Thunder Dragons do not work well with Shadolls whatsoever. But yeah, so I'll have a Shadoll deck list up. It's definitely going to be shit. I will say that now. Because I'm not the best at building any sort of deck that requires flip summoning. So, yeah, we'll see how well it goes. And I'll see you guys in the next video.